Took a minute to spawn in. What's up, everybody? Yeah. We're back in. Oh. I broke it. Waiting on 7 days and all their guys to join back up. Had to take a momentary break as someone had some PC issues. You who I'm talking about. But all the boys are getting in here. And we should be getting rolling. Now, I believe USAE was up to a 5-2 lead at the time of the rehost. Pretty solid. I mean, that's hard to... It'll be a hard one to climb out of if you're rooting for 7 days. However, that was only their defenses. Maybe 7 days is going to lock those attacks in. I don't know. I ain't judging yet. Really didn't get to see too much of what they had in store for us. Besides a couple really clean kills and then a very, very, you know, close-paced ending to that round. Oh, man, even my replay buffer should be working now. Sweet. So, Falcons, why isn't your 7DS capitalized? Yo, Falcons, why is your 7DS not capitalized? Alright, yeah, they're just sitting there chatting. I don't know if it's coming through or not. I kind of hope it doesn't. I like to keep teams muted while I'm in here talking because... One time I didn't. Some teams decided to be funny. Throw some hard R's. Almost got your boy banned. Had to fight my way out of prison for that one. I had a home-built shank. Martha Stewart taught me. In case you're not wondering, Martha Stewart has served more jail time than Snoop Dogg. Just fair warning. That is. Wait on the last 7 days guy to get in here. It will be Vixma. Ever lagging behind Mr. Vixma. Hurts my feelings, good sir. But all these rounds have honestly been pretty good, pretty close, just half decent. Now, what we got coming is what I'm excited for. Oh, my graphics card is maxed. That's normal, right? Alright, Vexma is now in. So we're going to take a peek at the Nighthaven Labs map. Because I couldn't do it last time. It crashed my game. I hope it doesn't crash again. Oh well, see what happens. Welcome back in. Sorry y'all missed my lovely face. Now what we're going to be seeing here is a basement hold. Hopefully not a bunkered setup though. However, they do have Pin pulling up on their own. In case you missed it, Pin was off to an absolute fire start. So was Lue. Both these guys pulling over, I think, 7 kills each? 5 kills each? I know Pin was like over, I think 10. I think Lue was at 7. While only having minimal deaths. So the two of these guys were just locking in and just putting a little bit of the hurting on 7 days. Now that's not to say much because 7 days was doing decent. They just weren't closing out rounds. Looking what they bring now, that they have the Monty setup coming. No actual hard breacher, but that can be covered all by Falcons. A top-down clear pushing already in the works. And that's why the beauty of Monty, he becomes a camera you can follow right behind. He's useful. He's not just a guy sitting on his drones. I got a feeling we might see a jump in an aggressive push here to start. Vixma already making space, taking room, charging in like they owe him some money. Coming through connector. Does see one on IT. Definitely sending out the live ping right now. And I believe we see a camera being watched. No, Obsession is not watching that camera. But they now know that there are two guys upstairs holding them up top. And Reppies is already making himself deep in server. Nitro blow, though, from McHugh2. As this USAE team are just very, very good at informing one another. Their callouts are on peak. Obsession jumping himself into kitchen. He's in a little bit of a rough spot here. As Fold Up is, you know, he was chilling on those vending stairs. He was getting kind of aggressive towards Obsession. And Obsession has got to make a play here to take this vertical control. The way coming up on this room, he has that garage control, or that cargo control, sorry. And he is pretty much locking down the stairways to sight. That stairway, that's the stairway to heaven if you're an attacker. Because that can get you so much map control. It can just help you push everything so much easier. Pen just chilling in storage. This is his area. He doesn't care. It doesn't appear they've actually had him droned out, though. Because if they would have, he's an easy wallbang. No active drones, though. And we could actually see it cost Obsession his life here. While he's trying to move in, will be found by Pin. Pin, again, he was just chilling in storage. A boogie coming through to maybe try and clear things up a little bit. But instead it gives Pin a little bit of a one-way angle to control. And he does pull it in his favor. 8 flashbangs coming in. Lue pulling another double kill out of that. As Vixma and Obsession both go for the swings on him. Falcon walks away with his life after folding Fold Up. But a 1v4 with about a half a HP. I mean, if bro gets the flu, he's dead. Wouldn't even say that's an eighth of HP. One singular HP unit, not even that. If he trips coming down this ladder, he's dying. And that will give the defense this round. Putting them up into match point at 6-2. 7 days, not looking like the 7 days team that we're used to casting. What graphics card do you have, bro? I got a 3060 Ti. This thing is just dying while I try and stream. I don't know why. My VRAM is like extremely high. My GPU is extremely high. My normal RAM is at 20 gigs used, so it's not stupid. I mean, for what I use it for, yeah, it's doing great. But I could probably upgrade that too. Maybe in 2 weeks, I don't know. I'll be maybe blowing a paycheck on some PC upgrades. Because graphics card is a definite must. I believe the graphics card is why my Streamlabs crashed earlier. Because my graphics card sits at max usage at all times. I mean, literally at all times. Let's go see if the TikTok live is still going. That's something I'm trying to get more and more into. No? Am I not going? It might not be going. Very good defense coming this time. Again, this team does not seem to want to bunker. And that's a good thing for them because bunkering means death. However, they have a very, very aggressive vertical hold. Starting out with servers, but we have Obsession making his way through. He's playing as the Blackbeard. He has McHugh2 pushed back into command center, and they're coming at him from all angles except his escape route. His escape route is still half decent. He's able to drop off as needed, and we see Obsession immediately slow down. Right there is the time you got to keep getting aggressive and keep going on it. And this right here is a very, very nice kitchen hold. Very, very extended over. Pretty much, again, it's what you like to see. The Blackbeard coming from a Q2 does not eat the C4 like I thought he was going to. And that DMR is just absolutely wrecking his feet. And Obsession will be taken down by Pin with that really good C4. Pin off to just, again, an amazing game coming through here. The Q2 taken down. Louis will find Vixma, though. As this is a very, very, you know, off-sided game here. As USAE is just looking on fire. Absolutely stellar performance coming from him so far. Now, it looks like they're trying to play a little bit of a cut angle with Falcon, trying to push these defenders back into him. But Reppies can't move down these stairs. These stairs are a death for him. You know, they had a player down here. Now they just have cameras watching. But they no longer have that tight pink pixel pinch angle. But if you look where Louis' leg at, you have to pray that Reppies' reaction time is fast. Falcon will get a nice pick there on the Galaxy. Again, I don't think Reppies knows that Louis is just laying there on the floor. The main wall does have a little hole ripped in it. And Reppies will push himself straight up into Louis. Louis will survive, but just barely. 1 HP in a dream as Louis goes for the swing on the Reppies. Both of them are a sniffle away from dying. And Reppies will be taken down. Louis up to a beautiful, beautiful kill. Falcon's taken down. And then we see the final swing going in there to end out map 1. Going in the favor of USAE, I mean, that was a pretty decent game. You know, maybe some more gunfights would have been a good thing. Especially for this 7 Days team, as they were not able to keep themselves 10 toes down. Let me just go here. I'm going to give a score point. Bing. To the right team. And we'll come back to here as we prep in for map 2. If I can prep in for map 2. Chat, this box here is supposed to say something. The one that's like right that way. The box that's in that direction. It's supposed to say stuff, but it's not. I may have to leave and rejoin because I'm glitched. God, this is just an eventful night. What a great one. Does it even show anybody in squad? No? Yeah, we're just gonna sit here. Okay, yeah, because I'm not in game anymore apparently. Ah, I think I'm good. Yep. I asked if everyone's ready. Oh, Obsession said 7 days is not quite there yet. Let them know that I'm ready. hopefully, we ready up soon so we can keep the action rolling. Yeah, Louay, says Rebs. I agree with you. Louay. That's probably not how you actually pronounce his name. We're getting rolling into Chalet, guys. Let's see this map. And welcome back in. Sorry that y'all missed me. Thank you for the follow, Saltiota, whatever your name is, Mr. Salt. The bands coming in are Kaid and Azami and Blackbeard and Flores. Again, as we already know, I don't even gotta say that again. Blackbeard is the most banned thing here. Flores comes in at a staggering 14 bans all season. That is one of the lower ban rates that we're going to see here. Flipping over again, Kaid, you already know, 32 times all season. And
attackers need to locate and defuse.
Oh, they're calling for a rehost already. As I was saying though, Azami is one of the most banned ones in the game. Okay, don't listen to this cornball. We are not rehosting. Got it, chat. Got it. You guys are solid. We won't rehost. A smart play by Galaxy to go reinforce that basement. That's what you like to see. A decently well thought out play to do that. Reinforcing that basement makes this a little bit harder of a push, and we know, of course, they're going to be holding this upstairs in the library. This is the default rank setup, guys. Ain't nothing special about it. You gotta hold library if you want to hold the map. It's not going to be like that day that we seen 12 bits of utility in the one corner. I think I have it clipped somewhere. It was a shield, frost mats, Fenrir's, mines of all sorts, mutes of all sorts. There was just 12 pieces of utility in one hallway, which is quite a lot if you ask me. Looking down here though, we see Falcons already eating a ton of damage as he just decides to rip that wall. Obsession will be dropping himself over onto the shield play. And hopefully we see a mudroom rush or something. Something to spice this attack up. Falcons hitting the drones in there. Looks like they're going to be trying to maybe burn this utility. And it might be a fast plant coming. As everything's being ripped open, here comes the blitz. There is some vert play being made. But I don't think they care too much about that. Falcon's going to go in and burn the way out there. And they're just burning all the utility that they have at their disposal on trying to push this main walk in. However, Reppies is taken down. He had Diffuser. That's a bad pick to lose right there. Obsession is now dropped down by McHugh2 up to the double kill. However, Vixma is able to find a good frag on the Galaxy. Pulls a double kill as he lays out fold up. And there's still a player back on these blue stairs. That would be McHugh2. Hopefully he's able to find him and continue this reign of dominance that he has in the fireplace side. Roddy just trying to get aggressive upstairs. Will lay pin down. That was a very bad desync moment if you couldn't tell, chat. Because that first round hit him almost in the back of the skull. McHugh2 walking up, taking that bar hold. And Vixma had to have heard that rotate as long as he's got a good headset. The smoke there, I don't know if it's being a decoy or what it is. But Falcons almost loses his life through it. Going for the swing there. Falcon will pick up that kill on the McHugh2. And Louis is left in a 1v3 situation. What will Louis pull? We don't know yet. They do have a live ping coming out to where Falcons is. And a hard rush in. Roddy letting that DMR sing. Ending that round with 2 kills. Same with Vic. 2 kills for him. A very, very aggressive 7 Days team coming in here. Burning so much utility on that main jump in without actually pulling it.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Brian said you gotta be big to get yourself a caster page for Wikipedia. Buddy, let me tell you, I'm as big as the small guys go. I'm like Big X says, I'm the biggest and the largest. We doing great though. We doing great things. We're here just to move up, make a name, and have some fun. And I think it's been working out so far. Do I want to turn this into a career? God, probably not. You know how toxic the community can be at times? I don't want that to be my job. That ain't my day job. I'm just here for the fun, and we're having a lot of it while we're here. I don't know who Push Unicorn is, but he just dropped 2K likes and a follow over on the TikTok. Thanks, you Unicorn. You are awesome. That dude's a G right there. I'm gonna have to go drop him a follow and shoot him a thank you message after this. With the basement hold coming, let's see what they got upstairs. It does have a roaming pin, a roaming fold up, and a roaming louet. I think does appear to be going half decent for this defending team. They do have a nice spread here. And Penn will actually be trying to push up these library stairs to get aggressive on it. And to be honest, that aggressiveness is exactly what they need. Because if we zoom over here, Obsession already has control of Master Bedroom just walking through. Blows that hatch right above where the Legion was at. And we're going to see the vertical descent coming. Hop over to Reppy's. Reppy's knows he's not alone. Pin is right over there playing around. And thankfully, Pin is smart enough to just say, my life is better spent just being a pawn on the board. He drops away, does not continue that fight. And honestly, that's a very, very smart idea. If you're up there, your phantom pressure is worth more than tossing your life. Reppy's got one right there on his west main stairs. That would be, I believe, Louet. And Louet is just trying to get aggressive. Finds a decent swing though on a Reppy's. However, Obsession will find fold up. Losing one life down there. Falcon's ripping open this main garage wall. Or the main wine cellar wall. As Obsession finds Pin and eliminates all the roaming pressure. Nobody off site now. It's just a bunker hold. But a minute left. So that bunker becomes a lot easier because that sixth man just loaded in for your team. Diving around. Yeah, they got a wall open. This makes this push a lot easier for these attackers. They have a lot more to work with, a lot more to gun down. However, in the defense's favor, they still have this gas line here. These things, in case you don't know, are kind of deadly. Deal a decent bit of damage. That and there's just so much fire on the board there that it keeps Falcon out of sight for at least another 20 seconds. Same with Obsession now. He's also locked out. Moving up, we do have Reppy's trying to come up and get aggressive. Obsession taken down. However, Falcons will find McHugh 2. And the swing in from Reppy's picking him one kill. Picks a second kill as he lays Galaxy down. Let me save that replay. That way we can toggle back to it. Really good aim coming from him. Those are the kind of reflexes that Siege is built on. Just the quick, not much going on for him. You think it's probably going to be him maybe walking in behind that shield to die. We see USAE 2 call their tack timeout now, though. Is going down 2 rounds straight maybe hurting their mentals a little bit, hurting the egos? As McHugh is the only one with kills on his team. That right there has got to be the straw that's breaking the camel's back. Only one guy with kills? Alright, I don't know who set up the R6 comp scrim finder. But buddy, you gotta understand, you have to take people's at here and at everyone perms away. My man Why Not is live. I love you, Why Not. You're the best. I love you. Let me go in. Gonna see if I can maybe post my stream link in there.
Attackers need to locate and
See if I can get the shout out going. See if I can bring some people in. Because of course that's what this whole thing is about. That's what his whole server is. It's about helping people connect. So thanks, Why Not, for giving me an amazing place to connect with people, and especially some Halo people, because I love my Halo. I will be casting Halo very, very soon. I'm going to make that happen. Whether I got to fight tooth and nail for it or not, I'm going to be casting Halo. Vert hole coming up over the kitchen dining setup. Again, this is what you need. The holes everywhere. The head holes, the mirrors. All the long angle plate in the world. And then the frost just out there to be a nuisance. Scatter those babies around the map. If you hit them, good, you down them. Even if it doesn't, you know, be the factor that kills them, you don't lay them out off the map. It still is annoying to have to limp around a whole map. I had to remember to start bringing more water with me when I'm casting games, because, dear God, chat, I am dying. Falcons being first pick, though, by a frost mat, as stated. That's the whole point of these frost mats. Throw them around the map. They're going to be annoying. They're a thorn in the side. And if someone's not paying attention, it could pull a kill. Falcons is moving up, though, and will take open the main wall. They're going to try and push, you know, that across side over from, like, the top mez area. That top mez push is pretty good for what they need. You know, pretty great for what they want. But we need to see Vixma get in there with the shield. He's got to play aggressive. He's got to get in there and do something. However, if there's a frost mat on his window or on his door, this becomes suddenly an entirely different setup. Vixma trying to smoke deep. Ash coming in, hitting the Ash charge right below him. And Vixma is now in and taking room. Vic picks a good kill there. It is a refrag for his team. Galaxy finds one with the C4. Vic's still alive, taking this frost on. Not getting any melee priority and will be actually killed because of it. Obsession taken down by Lue as well. Melee priority is one of the worst things they ever added to this game. Because instead of it actually being based on time and timing, they decided, oh, we're gonna, if he melees at any time after, like, before you hit him, he's gonna take priority and melee you. Counter knife almost. That is the worst setting that I think they've ever done, because counter knifing should not be a thing. This isn't Battlefield. I know people want counter knifing back for Battlefield, but that shouldn't exist. I don't like it. It's a bad setting in my opinion. And my opinion is the only one that matters. Thank you very much. Ha. Fold up, picking up a kill for his team and dropping him down the last pick of that round. Good angle to hold too. I never even thought about that one. Setting up a cast for tomorrow. It will be for Voltage. And we're going to see the wine cellar hold. Again, a basement one coming in. Hopefully not a bunker, but if so, yeah.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
You know what? Let's not pay attention to Fenrir. I'd rather watch Fold Up set these Goyas up. Because yeah, Fenrir is good. But that does give away a lot of information. I know teams don't like their strats being handed out, so we're just going to keep one Fold Up for this one. There will be no VOD, so for you guys who are here, you're seeing it live. You're the only group of people who will ever see this video. Congratulations. You're special. Falcons already going in, getting the plant down in Snowmobile. coverage from Reppies, and he will get it. The sixth man swaps sides instantly onto the defense instead of these attackers. Got a run out coming. However, Vixma is able to pick the re-up on him. And with 40 seconds left, or 30 seconds left, sorry, there's not much they can do. Hold up, we'll get a decent pick there on a Roddy. They need to keep live count for at least another 15 seconds if they want to have a chance to win this. 10 seconds left to make any sort of plays. Running out of time, Obsession pulls a triple kill from the hatch, and he wants that quad feed, so he's going to rush himself down on a Galaxy. Not able to find it. Brax wants to collaborate. Brax, I don't think I can collab. Yeah, because you're playing a different game. I don't know how collab works. But a very, very aggressive 7 days round went immediately in their favor off the rush plant going down because I was sitting here trying to set up my cast for tomorrow. And Brax will be dropping himself a tier 1 sub, and this is why I love you, bro. You are like one of my OG day ones, bro. When I'm living down in Malibu, you know, on that beach house from 2.5 Men, and I'm sipping pina coladas every morning, picking up women like I'm Charlie Sheen, you'll be there too. You'll be my Alan to Charlie Sheen. We'll be living the 2.5 Men. You just gotta be a divorced middle-aged man with a teenage son. And I want to die the same way with a piano. That's my only my goal. If I gotta die, you gotta drop a piano on me. Got it? As for HCS, right now I'm checking to see what arrangements I can make for transportation getting down there. Work off, and yeah, all that jazz. So hopefully I'll be down there with you guys. I'm really hoping. Definitely save me room. I do plan to use it, assuming I can get the time and everything. But 7 days now, bringing another pretty decent push team. They don't have the Ash though, and the Ash has been very, very useful to them throughout most of these rounds. Obsessin trying to make some entry here into Trophy. Little does he know, he's got Luay to deal with. He's got Fold Up to deal with. But he's also got MQ2 up here. Like, MIC2 is just, they're everywhere. This is a very, very off-site defense, which could, you know, burn against them. As we've seen with that last one. If you have everybody off-site, are we going to see another rush plant? I mean, God, I hope not. But they do have the ability to make it happen. A little bit of damage being sprayed over onto MIC2, but not enough to be scared of. Like I said, guys, if we see a rush happen here, I'm going to be very surprised. Obsessin has that trophy stairs control, making his way down towards West Main. Again, just doing what Monty does best and taking space. Fenry now being tracked out by Deimos forces him to retreat to site. Who's that we just seen coming through Car Garage? That's just Falcons. A second or two earlier, he might have had a free pick there onto Luay as Luay hit the rotate. But Falcons still just standing, still being the man. We're going to move up here to Obsessin. He's got Fold Up right in front of him. Fold Up does not have anyone back there to help him. But we'll see Obsessin drop the shield. Again, he just needs to hit these live pings because now he's got Reppies moving up on him. And Obsessin will be taken down by a beautiful headshot from Fold Up. Again, Fold Up just absolutely folding that man. And losing your Monty that early on to a pick of that caliber has got to hurt, because I don't want to say that was a luck headshot, because Siege isn't luck. Siege is just many, many things. But to lose to that type of headshot while on a shield is just so painful. Again, the fire now being sprayed out by this defense. They're doing everything they can to try and buy the time that they need to, you know, deny any sort of play from these attackers. Pan chilling over near Wine side. Again, just letting that DMR eat. C4's coming out but not going anywhere. Roddy just sprints himself into sight. I'm not sure what he was doing. Falcons gets a shotgun blast right to the face. And we're going to see Vixma eating a ton of damage and a ton of fire as he comes down the main stairs. Reppy's now left in a 1v3 as he picks a kill up for himself. However, Luay is right there to deny any further action. I should have grabbed myself another water.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Hey Brax, I just want you to know that money that I got from you subscribing is going straight into my crippling Taco Bell fund. I'm just kidding. I don't spend money on food. Well, not obscene amounts of money. I go and I just stock up for a week at the store and like 20 bucks, and that gets me a whole week, you know? Coming here, looking at what this attack's bringing. Looks like they're trying for another well thought out push. Like they've just been so fluent doing this whole time. 7 Days definitely has the attacking strategies, but they need to continue executing them. They did pull 3 rounds this map so far though, with a possibility of a 4-2 split on the way. Vertical clear coming. Again, it is that, you know, bar side hold. So I gotta do something to at least take this shield and take library. However, that shield has a lot of utility just keeping itself alive. Nothing that a Twitch can't eliminate though. To everybody in chat, I hope y'all are having a good night. I'm gonna thank you all for coming out. It means a lot to me. Helps me out. Helps support, you know, something I just find fun to do. It's not a career goal of mine, because I stutter over myself too much. But it definitely feels nice to be appreciated. Obsessin really annoyed with this shield. I hope he tries to run up and make a play on it, because there is nothing stopping him from doing that besides the possibility of a frost attack. But even at that, the frost attack is easily denied. Burning a lot of this utility here. We're gonna have Reppy shutting down the doors. And only one left to hold that frost, and it's now locked off too. Everything on that side of the map is closed. B's coming in from Falcons as he's trying to clear out this top mez. They know Frost now is in library. They're going to have Pin pretty much, you know, fully pushed out. And here comes the Monty down library stairs. Pin is just chilling up there with library control. He is locked in. As Reppies will find a good kill off these blue stairs. Shoot the body a little bit too. And with the phone call coming out, they now know that they're not alone. Roddy's saying, hey, I want to make the play here. Rips open his door, and I hope that we see them maybe try and push towards site. Because with only 45 seconds left, there's not a lot of time to be fancy with it. They got to make the site push, and we see Vixma is actually still on the other side. Falcon's setting up to jump in. He does have a pretty clear jump in as long as he can win against Pin. But that's a hard fight to win, and Falcons will lose it as Pin picks up the kill. The Fuser is still in Obsess's hand, though. And there's nobody up here to contest him. Luay picking up a good frag there onto Roddy. Here comes Obsessin now in to get this plant down with 15 seconds left. Goes for the turtle setup, and we'll start getting it. Pin has to run up. He will try and run up on Obsessin. Obsessin finds that kill. 2 seconds left. Reppies finds the kill onto, well, everybody left just died. I couldn't even read it out fast enough. But good kills coming from that attacking team. Way to bring it down to those last 2 seconds and walk away with a round. 4-2 split coming in as USAE sets up now for their defenses. Or their attacks, sorry. God, I need to get more used to casting again. I took like a week off. That way I could go, you know, have fun with life and not be so depressed over a video game. Probably should have just kept grinding the video game though. Sorry, chat, having to deal with a little bit of work there. I know, sounds dumb, right? But no, I'm answering questions about warranties. 7 days, gonna be starting with the basement hold here. Really ripped open and kind of aggressive hold. With a, what, 2-man upstairs roam between Vixma and Roddy. Vixma and Obsessin, and even Reppies. The 3 of them just all pulling heads together and doing great for the start of this map. Vixma's got one right outside his window. And it sounds like a hard push is going to be coming. And Lue will find a very, very good spawn angle onto Vixma. Good entry pick coming from him. Putting himself up high on this entry board as Lue has just been pretty much unbeatable every chance he's had. But the jump out coming from Roddy to pick Lue up is even more impressive than the kill Lue just got. That's one of those TikTok jump outs that you see online all the time, you know. Aim here if you want to get a kill type things. Pin diving in. They want to try and find Obsessin. They know he was up here roaming. But little do they know, he's already gone. He dipped. He ran away. He went for the milk and he ain't coming back. He's down on library stairs. They're trying to hold into this defense pretty well. They're digging their heels in back towards site. Now Obsessin is nothing more than a walking gun as he lost his other character. Some good attacker drone work is pushing this defense back a little bit. However, I like the defensive setup with all the anti-drone utility that they have. But I don't think that's going to mean much as the west main push is coming slowly, but it is there. Thank you for the follow, A1. It means a lot. We have Falcons and Reppies both set up to try and hold these attackers out. With Reppies being the absolute linchpin or Jesus nut or whatever you want to call it, depending what type of aircraft it is, that holds all of this together. If honestly, his best bet might be to lock himself in over where he's at. Another smoke coming out as Pin will find Obsessin though, putting this defense at a sudden disadvantage. Grenades coming in, Falcon's pretty much having to give his life to keep it up, and Pin will be taken down. That is a good trade out, a Blackbeard for some HP. But given the HP that he's got left after that, that almost was a bad trade-in. But Q2 trying to, you know, get a grenade in there behind where Reppies is chilling at. Reppies is going to be getting aggressive with these wide swings, though. And is able to actually pull himself back into his pillar hold. Smart play by him. Lays a little bit more damage to McQ2. And Fold Up is trying to get someone from this hatch. But Reppies is there. He is playing smart. 15, or no, not even 15, 7 seconds left on the clock here. Diffuser laying outside of sight. And we're going to see Reppies go run and stand on it. Galaxy being taken down. The hot drop from Fold Up. Finds 1 kill, but that's it. 7 days move up 5-2 in the current game. I swear to God, if we see another 7-2, but this time the opposite, I'm going to be really impressed. Oh, excuse me.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Kitchen dining hold coming, and I just love seeing the castle be played this much. The Clash on board, it hurts me, but I love it at the same time, because Clash's rework has made her honestly one of the tier 1 operators of this game. She's no longer just annoying, but she's really good at being annoying, and she does it right. Now, I actually prefer her rework over her original to fight against, because it's not quite as stupid and broken. Her original, worst thing in the world, especially when you play against people who would instant swap glitch. That would just, you know, that's enough to make a grown man cry and maybe burn an orphanage. 4-man spawn out the main side. You know, I think highway side is what they want to call that. Whatever you want to call it. And they need to do something to try and push out this upstairs, because this upstairs hold is going to be what matters for how they hold in the entirety of kitchen. All utilities invested in it. And 4 out of 5 players are invested in it. The vert matters here. Yo, thanks Chill Will for the follow. Yeah, I'm here doing my best. Luay already making some entry in here. Again, MQ2 is just chilling up on the office balcony, not really pulling this building. However, Fold Up is taking library, and we got Pin just trying to be aggressive on the main door. Fold Up's push from library over here will be, you know, kind of important.
Reloading.
Not quite as big as it usually is because they don't have the head holes, so he's not really pinching the main wall and doing something to help him open it. But main wall will now be coming open, unless Vixma is there to get the bandit tricks, and it looks like he will be. Pin immediately deciding, hey bro, F that, runs away. The attack so far has been thwarted. I mean, they're keeping them out rather well. If you look down here in basement, you're going to find a wild Obsession. He's coming up on a roam here. He always likes to play a little bit back, a little bit slow. I know he's probably making the call now of someone go over and just start unloading your gun. Because someone needs to make noise. Or else Obsession won't be able to come up off his rotate. Vixma trying to lay some damage there, but not able to do it. Roddy will be taken down. McQ2 walks straight in, takes control of that upstairs office. And that was a very, very fast, hard push. Galaxy finds Obsession, however, Obsession did pick Pin. And now McQ2 is trying to do everything he can to take Reppy's down. Reppy's in a great spot, though. Gets the double pick. Almost finding 3. I think he still has the opportunity to here. Is he still up? And he will pull that 3rd kill. It is now just Luay left in a 1v2 situation here, as Reppy's just has an absolute stellar way to hold that up top. Falcon trying to swing that shotgun. We're going to see Reppy's full sprint down here, pistol in hand, and with a long angle held, Falcons will pick that kill up from his teammate. What a great round there for 7 days. Just Reppy's absolutely laying them all out there. I mean, that's not taken away. McQ2 came in fast. However, Reppy's just had the setup. Managed to keep himself alive and then walk away with that 3rd pick. That's something of legend right there. That's what a way to keep yourself rolling. We do have the opportunity to see the next ban phase, but that is assuming USAE pulls a win out on this round. 7 days looking absolutely hot right now. So I don't know, it's going to be a 50-50 if we see United States Army Esports pull around. And I see a lot of the 7 days guys are coming in here. Thank y'all for coming out, watching, showing some support. It means a lot. Yeah, I wish y'all would get out of the watch party and have it all pulled up on each of y'all's phones. That would help me out a lot. That ad rev would be nice. Maybe it'll move me up a tax bracket and me and Brax can go live in Malibu in our mansion. Slime says, let's go 7 days. Bro, 7 days has been pulling rounds this map. Looking absolutely on fire. It's like y'all were just the kryptonite boost that they needed. And yes, before you say, oh, kryptonite hurts Superman. Oh, kryptonite bad for Superman.
Defense is ready.
No. Green kryptonite, bad for Superman. Red kryptonite makes Superman on crack. Luay has Vixma pinned in here pretty hard. To lose Vixma this early on in this round would be an absolute travesty because he is one of their top fraggers right now. Bro is absolutely settled into place and he is looking hot. Roddy with that weird backward shield setup. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't know how to feel about it. It's like that one uncle at Christmas time. You don't know if you hate him, love him, want to punch him in the head, or whether he's the best uncle ever. Pin, though, trying for a nice long angle here on the Mez. And really not able to find it. And Vixma will be taken down by those Flores drones. All that utility lost. That life lost. However, Falcon is able to pull a C4. Vixma's still alive. So, I mean, even in death, he's still buying his team. He's not, you know, fully dead, but he's still just chilling. He's just taking a nap. Grenades coming in. They will clear that blue shield. And that is Roddy taken down there by Pin. However, up comes Obsession trying to get aggressive. Obsession does have 2 on him, though. Bad situation to be in. McQ2 taking one down. Pin finding Falcons. Pin eating a lot of damage there from Obsession. The Obsession dropped. It is now down to Reppy in a 1v3. I mean, right now, if there's anybody to clutch this up for 7 days, it would be Reppy's. The man is absolutely on fire, looking hot tonight. All he needs to do is pull another 3K. He did that last round. That's no big deal for him. And doing everything he can to lay rounds up to McQ2. Reppy's hitting this room. Finds McQ2. That's one. Almost finds Galaxy, though. Not able to fully pull that kill. 20 seconds left. We're going to see Lue making the smart move here and dropping down to just go for diffuser. Galaxy covering the hatch drop. And, I mean, it looks ever worse for Reppies as Galaxy will wallbang him, and we will see the next ban phase. I had to work on some merch. I want to make a hoodie that has, like, with aim like that, you'll be a caster soon. Because that's been my go-to line for everybody. And finally, we're going to see the Clash ban coming and the Flores ban coming. Honestly, I kind of like the Flores ban because it was so detrimental that last round. I think if Flores was off the board, that last round could have went in 7 days' favor. Slime says, I want the rematch versus us on Pack Runners. You want 7 days versus Pack Runners. I think I've casted that before many moons ago. Basement hold coming this time. Again, they're setting this thing up rather aggressive. Head holes being ripped open. Rotates being made. And I believe we're going to see the upstairs hold again. 7 days has been very good about keeping their upstairs holds open. And honestly, leaving themselves routes to retreat from. I mean, that last round did not show it at all. You know, the only thing we seen last round was Vixma be pinned in as they recorded him on a drone.
Sensor on. Searching for electronics.
Shiba deployed. Surface secured.
Cover me! Specchio sensor on the lookout.
Shiba strikes through. Deployed barrier.
Specchio sensor on the lookout.
Roddy gonna be on that nice roam up in bar. Obsessing on that hard roam up in library. And Vixma gonna be trying to lock this kitchen down. Vixma is one of the, you know, good points to holding this site. He's got to stay up in that kitchen because that kitchen provides so much rotatability around the map for his team. To lose the kitchen this early on means you lose that entire west main side. Losing west main is just an absolute pain here with that hatch open too. Obsessin, you are the man that matters. You're the man of the hour. Him and Vixma are both chilling over there. The ever annoying track stingers are coming in. And we got Roddy just chilling over here in the library games. Or yeah, the library side, you know, you want to call that the bar side. Whatever you want to call it. Lue finding a weird cheeky long angle. And it will result in a lot of damage there sprayed onto Vic. I've never seen people play that before. I'll probably never see it again. Pin drops the hatch down from office. Almost find Vixma through the wall bang there. Vic manages to stay upright though. All it took was a little bit of breakdancing on the floor. And that means now that kitchen hatch being open is suddenly going to bite them. They lose the west main side of the map. Full control now turned over to USAE. And they're going to make it known. They're going to make it quick. Smoke grenades coming out on McHugh, but, you know, his own frags hurt a little bit more. Louis going in for some fire. And, I mean, he just ate a thing directly to the face. But Reppies will be taken down by McHugh. This push through over on the boiler side of the map is going to be something deadly. Losing that hatch. Now we got the bees coming in from Pin. That's going to be a full wine side push. Nothing else is open. Nothing else is ripped. It's just going to be a full-on gunfight like a bunker war style over here. Roddy is still up on the roam, though. What matters here is how Roddy pulls this roam off. Finding the down onto Louis. As long as he stays up, they're still good. Vixma is chilling upstairs. Walks himself straight into folding Vixma. And now Roddy able to come down through basement. Runs right into Galaxy. Lays a lot of damage into McHugh too. But really does not have the HP to make any sort of massive plays. Bad spot here for Roddy, as I got a feeling this one will be turned over to USAE. Just another round going towards them in this comeback that's coming. 2 rounds straight. 7 days needs to lock themselves back in on the map. Thanks, Plod and Slime, for the follows. Y'all mean a lot to me. What's up, everybody? Welcome into the chat. I see y'all in here talking. Yeah, we fried them. I'm going to sleep. Cap, sleeping to my goats, bleeding USA, or beating. No, I said bleeding. Because I see goat and I think of bah, bah. A goat bleat, you know. Not beat. That's my extremely tired autism kicking in. 7 days, 1 round off of glory in map 3. They've got to lock it in and win this one. I mean, it's all starting right on the line here. Again, this is playoffs. Playoffs matter. Oh, and Cammy, thanks for the follow. Man, I'm just gaining follows left and right today. A vert hold extension coming up here to the office. I mean, over kitchen, that's pretty much the only thing you can do. Now, these attackers, they have to find a good way to try and push this. Hopefully, we see Pin try and play below with that buck, because that's where he is best utilized. The Q2 ripping open this window here, but nobody to actually stand on it. However, Louis is running back and going for the long angle. I mean, the ARX is probably not the best pick for this, but it is still pretty good. Cammy said the director has arrived. Well, thanks for arriving, Cammy. Or Nico, I guess. Roddy gonna be working up the balls to go for the swing on this window. However, we do know that Louis is now gone. Probably not the best situation for him. C4 from Falcons from below. Lays just a touch of damage. Not enough to actually, you know, matter yet in this round. However, it is a game of HP, and, you know, all that's going to matter here later. Pin going below. Starting to try and hit these bandit charges. And let's jump up to Bandit and see if he has done such a thing. It appears he has. The office wall getting ripped open here momentarily as soon as McHugh pulls that out of his leg. And slowly we see this attack team make their way and force their way through the map. Defense losing step by step. They've got to be able to pull it together here just a little bit. Fold Up has a nice long angle now to try and cover his teammates pushing. He can get anybody. He's the cutoff player. Let's dive up to Bandit here. Pretty decent positioning, but he's looking close. He needs to be looking towards the Mez side, and he will find him just enough to swing into Galaxy, but Galaxy there, just a little bit better aim, pulls himself out on top. A lot of HP lost, but it doesn't matter when you pick a body. Now we have to hope and pray that we see Falcon start, you know, prodding up with that shotgun in hand. Vixma on a little bit of a roam here, still up in piano. Does find one pick. Roddy's chilling up there in solar. And we see, you know, because they lose the office side, they'll lose Vixma. Excuse me. Bad burp. Three v 4 is 7 days. It's just, again, they're slowly losing the grip on this map. McHugh2 running up. Nah, he's actually going to run away. I'm trying to find who's going to get in here and make the first play here. As Pin goes for a swing close on that shotgun. Falcon pulls one. Pin pulls the re. Obsession taken down. It's now Roddy left alive. 1v2. And he wasn't paying attention to where Pin went. And Pin does pick up a good kill onto him. Losing 3 in a row now. 7 days on the verge of tying this thing back up. Pin locking in for this game now. He's up to 11 and 8. And it looks like Reppy's unlocked himself as he has not picked up a kill since we pointed out him being, what, 11 and 3? Look over in the gen chat. And, yeah, even Brax is in there.
Protect your bombs from being defused
Brax,
by
explain to them the plans that we're going to run away to Malibu together and buy a house like 2.5 Men. I'll be the Charlie to your Allen, bro. Downstairs defense coming for the bar games hold. Again, of course, you're going to see the library set up. This time without them having the Flores available, will we see Obsession or Vixma stick it out in this corner? I hope so. Vixma even has the Doc on hand now because he does not want to die there. That's entirely understandable. It lasted a very, very long time last round they did this. I have a feeling it's going to do the exact same hold.
5 seconds left.
All the utilities set up the same. The only thing that they are missing right now is the Wamai. The Wamai discs were key because it eliminated so much of that fire and utility that you use to try and push Vic out of here. But Vic will go back to his suicide hold. Suicide corner is what I'm going to start calling that because it just means sudden death. However, if he holds it just right, it doesn't matter. And without them having the fire to be able to burn him out easily, the only thing they can rely on is one of these 4 grenades on their team connecting. Which, actually, no, they have 6. One of 6 grenades connecting. Which, I mean, is still very much so doable, but it becomes much more of a challenge. Obsessing with a pixel spawn peek here coming. Out the door. Let's hope he picks one. I want to see 7 days end this map out strong so we can move into map 3. Roddy taking this initial gunfight towards where Pin is. Again, Pin's just being an absolute stellar gunner here. And you always gotta love a good Blackbeard play. They do have one thing set up to try and defend Roddy here. We just gotta hope it becomes useful. Obsession holding the cross angle. Vixma could hold the long here. But grenades are coming in from his window. And that makes it a little bit more of a challenge. What I wouldn't give to be a fly on the wall during these rounds. I love to hear team comms. I'm all about that, especially in Pro League when they start playing the team comms. Because there's nothing like watching a Siege team play a live match. Like actually being in there while they're calming, the callouts being made. It's just, if the team is doing it right, it's an interesting thing. Lue and McHugh2 trying to pin out Vixma. And instead, Vixma will drop the hatch just as they look away, playing his timing almost perfect, and hitting that skedaddle button, and they're gone. The entirety of the upstairs is given up. With only a minute on the clock, I'd say the room did pretty good. Obsession will be taken down by Lue, though. That's a good first pick. Pin finding Falcons as he rushes down main stairs. And suddenly, 7 days is in a bit of a predicament now. Again, this is match point for them. If they lose this, though, we go to OT for this map. So we need to hope that these guys can lock it in. Roddy picking a very, very nice kill, laying a little bit of damage out. No HP left, and Fold Up will just manage to find his corner through that wall. Reppy's now needs to win a 1v4, and Lue will take him down. Not Lousy, God, that's a different team. But Lue will take him down with a pretty good shot from that AK. Putting us up now to match point 6-6. As I stated before the cast even started, guys, every Chalet game I do goes to OT. Every single Chalet game. Every one of them. I've yet to see one actually end on time. 7 days now coming to their attacks. I mean, their attacks are where they won most of their rounds. So, if the trend continues, 7 days, we'll pull this map. That's if the trend continues. Because both teams are actually appearing pretty attacker-sided.
And defuse bombs.
The defense for United States Army Esports will be going down here to the basement hold.
Located a bomb.
Pretty nice hold here. Let's go over these stats real quick. Penn being 13 and 8 is just a great stat line. What is that, like a 1.5, I'd say? Off the top of my head, that's roughly what it is. Same with Louis. Louis is 10 and 6. That's a 1.25, 1.3, 1.5, somewhere in there. I'm bad at quick math. I was never good at it. I don't work with numbers very often. Then the rest of the USAE team has 7 kills apiece. That's a great stat line. They're not positive on the stat board, but they're all pulling a lot of kills. However, the same can be said kind of for 7 days with Reppies being 12 and 7 right now. The only issue is the rest of the team, they're not pulling quite as many with only, I think, no one else is positive on the 7 days team besides Reppies. They definitely need to lock it back in if they intend to win this map. For them starting as strong as they did, it's a little bit interesting to see it drop to this. Hey, thanks Zero for the follow. ATX is 0. My man. Vixma letting that DMR eat. They're going to be trying to clear out across this top floor. Little do they know that there is nobody upstairs. It is just a first floor hold with a basement, 3-man bunker, which is not a bad setup for what this map requires. You got to have guys off site though at all times. All siege maps are like... Excuse me. All siege maps are like that. The second that you give up and you don't have people off site everywhere is the second that the map just goes downhill. Fold up will almost find a shot going upstairs. However, Reppies eats a ton of damage off that smoke grenade. Frag grenade coming in here from Obsessin. Not able to find anybody with it. But that smoke here is going to be super annoying. Because it is a tight pinch corner and he has a shotgun. So no matter what you do, it's not going to be pretty for your team. You're going to have to lose a body to push him. And we got Vixma and his boys over here trying to push in and swing themselves onto fold up. Penn will be taking down Reppies, however, he loses a lot of HP while doing so. Roddy has a very, very long angle across over towards fold up, but not going to use it. And it seems like Goyo will now be the one being tracked. They know exactly where he's at. And he's more scared of above him rather than library stairs, which is where Obsessin is actually at. Obsessin's still giving live pings of, hey, this dude is just chilling over here in kitchen. And it doesn't look like they're actually going to make the push to clear him. Nobody with HP will be joining fold up off site. They need to do something to reinforce their man up there. Because if they don't, that just leaves him pretty much wide open to be, singled out and picked down. Falcons finally going for main wall. But with only 30 seconds left, being at man disadvantage here, I really don't know how much good they're going to do getting into sight. They could make a liar out of me. They could instant push in. However, Obsessin finding McQ2 is a great pick for him. And Vixma running in and finding fold up with a good swing coming here from Falcon. He's going for the defuse. Roddy is taken down. Galaxy's still standing. He can see through this smoke. C4 from Louis finding that kill. However, Galaxy's taken down. Now Louis is very, very low. So is Penn. 1 second left. He does not have time. Vixma running down, trying for a kill, not finding nothing. And USAE will come back and take the lead going into the match point for this for the United States Army Esports team. 7 days blew a 4-round lead on them. Excuse me. Translate to English. This got intense. Bro, you should use a screenshot from right now. Where we're in match point in OT. the whole game rides on this defense. Will 7 Days lock in their defense and pull away a map win, or a round win here, and put themselves into match point for the whole map? Or will they buckle under the pressure and United States Army Esports walk away with the win? How do I explain this? I don't know, bro. There's really no good, easy way to.
Doorway secured. Sensor on. Searching for electronics.
Excuse me.
Target located.
This is not one to be tired for. This is a nail biter. Looking upstairs, we're gonna have Obsessant up in piano chilling. We got Roddy down in bar stock chilling, and Vixma on the dining hall side. Again, this basement hold is gonna be a little bit interesting. They do have players spread out all around the place. Now, Obsessant does have a good angle to deny any sort of rush plant. And if you look at the operators on board, a rush plant is what's coming. However, Pin is taken down by Roddy. Great pick there coming. And then Obsessant trying for the very, very long angle. Deny any sort of push up and play. Third floor is the way to hold this, and he is doing it perfectly. Vixma has the C4 ripped and gripped, whips it at the blitz, does not find him, however he lays a ton of damage. He should have saved that C4 though, because you're going to absolutely need it later on in this round. Obsessive rotating over, putting himself more into safety because he knows that window he's at was a bad idea. Vixma eats a ton of damage, runs away, manages to get himself into a suicide corner here. This man loves his suicide corner plays, and 7 Days is up by 2 lives. We see the United States Army Esports team just desperately trying for this window, or this little door, this window cutout, whatever you want to call it, the can opener. And just so far, it has cost them 2 lives and a bunch of time. Finally, Luay will be pulling off. So will McHugh2. But McHugh2's already rushing himself straight into the games room. Roddy making the smart play to rotate himself up library stairs. Obsessed and still chilling in top meds. And he can hear the Monty walking down the stairs. Luay's still standing, still up. Eats a ton of damage there. But he's still alive at least. That life is what matters. Galaxy hopefully going to find a nice pick here onto Roddy from the library stairs. And where's Luay at? He's rushing through bar. Like I said, it looks like they're going to be maybe trying to push down the main stairs and go for a plant or something. As McHugh2 walks his way down there, Luay will stim himself again. He just wants to recover some HP. He is very low. And the entire push is now flipped. They have all changed direction. And Roddy will sneak himself down onto Galaxy with that little shotgun. The idea is something special. Roddy up to a triple on the round. Falcons finding that good kill on McHugh2. And then we see Luay go down to Reppies in that corner. A good defensive round win there for 7 Days. And we see match point. I told you all it is going all the rounds. Where's Joju? I don't know who Joju is, Boog. You tell me who Joju is and I'll tell you where Joju isn't. Because Joju isn't in game. I was supposed to say, holy nail biter, though. Both teams know how to keep us entertained, and they are doing absolutely amazing at it. Again, I'm kind of sad that they won't let me post this VOD. United States Army Esports, please. I want you guys to hear this message. Let me post this VOD, because this is one that has to stay in the annals of history. I mean, I'll keep it on Twitch and hidden for the season. At the end of the season, I'll post it if you let me. But this is one, it's a barn burner that has got to stay. If there's any representatives from USAE watching me, please let me know if I can do that. Please let me know if I can just post it now. I'd post this thing tonight as soon as it finishes. It has just been an absolute stellar game for this second map. This one is a history classic of how to play it. Pin going for the spawn peek. They're almost finding Roddy, laying a ton of damage, but not quite pulling that pick. That one has got to suck because, you know, one of your good players just took a ton off the spawn peek. However, we see Reppy's bringing out the Rewara again. They've used her for a lot of very detailed and intricate pushes. I have a feeling we're going to see another one of those coming. Pin eating a little bit of damage as he runs away. And then we have Vixma playing as the knock. Yeah, we're going to see a nice lurk play coming from him late in this match, assuming that his team is able to stay up and draw attention. So far with the Aurora and the Montaigne, I got a feeling that is exactly what's going to happen. They did really, really good one of the earlier rounds of this map of baiting pressure. And, I mean, again, I think we're going to see them try for that this map. Galaxy still has his Library Stairs hold. I was going to say, how did Pin heal? And then I realized he swapped to his other drone. But here comes the Monty. The Monty just being absolutely evil. Standing there menacingly. Just staring him down. Not actually making a play. Just staring him down. Vexma chilling outside. You know what he's going to be trying here. As soon as the attention is drawn, grenade going in to destroy some utility. He's going to jump in here as soon as he gets the all clear. There's no one actively holding him besides, I mean, I guess the Frost is. But, you know, he's just going to be a pain. Jumping upstairs to the Library Stairs here. It's McHugh with the Monty just standing there to bully him. He needs some help. He needs a swing to come up here. Obsessive will eat a ton of damage. He's still standing at least. Taken down by Lue. Great pick coming from him. And he was down in bar when he got that. I believe that was up through the hatch. 7 days losing a lot of bodies. Again, this is where it all comes down to. Falcon taken down by Pin. And now we're into a 2v4 situation. It's down to Reppy and Roddy. I mean, again, the two guys you can expect to lock this one in. Take us to, you know, the map 3. Take us to what the people are here to see. The people have spoken and they want to see map 3. As Reppy's lets that DMR sing, he'll find Pin with it. 2v3 with 20 seconds left. They gotta make a play onto Diffuser here, but Diffuser is laying upstairs. They gotta make a play to sight. They gotta make a play somehow. And Galaxy will find the down on the Reppy, leaving Roddy in a 1v3. No Diffuser in hand. 5 seconds left. And it looks like US Army Esports will win tonight in round 1 of the playoffs. GG's to everybody here. Again, I really thank all of you guys who come out and watch. The support is amazing. Let's, you know, pull the stats up so y'all can see it. Let's jump to here. Again, I want to say thank you all for coming out, showing support. It means absolutely so much to me because, you know, y'all are the whole reason I'm here doing this. So thanks to the community of Coast League. Thanks for the 7 days community. Thanks for everybody who just knows me for coming out and showing support. Tonight's games were absolutely stellar. I mean, map 1 wasn't quite, you know, what we were wanting, what we were expecting. It was kind of a one-sided blowout. But map 2 was absolutely insane. GG's, everybody. Dude, you don't know how bad I wish I could upload this VOD because it looks so good. Like, the gameplay was amazing. But, yeah, let's, I'm going to leave the match. That way people can't yell in my ear. Again, just thank you all for coming out here. Thanks, Coast, for letting me come on and do my thing. Thanks 7 days for, you know, getting me into positions where I can be out here to make the connections to come out and play these games. Thanks Brax for the sub tonight. Thanks everybody for all the follows. I know I'm shouting them out as I'm playing, but I want to shout them out now. Like, again, it's the reason I'm doing this. It's the reason I'm here. So I'm just, like, eternally thankful for everything y'all are doing. It means so much to me. It helps me upgrade my PC. It helps me just play video games for fun for longer. You know, I'm a grown man. I got responsibilities. So this relaxes some of those responsibilities. It's a great place to unwind. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for coming out. Let's go raid Why Not. is why not? Let me go to Twitch. Everybody ready up. Let's go see our man.